Before I get off the stage, I want to introduce you to the woman responsible for the kicking of ass of all the banks out there that have started to stop funding mountaintop removal, Amanda Starbuck.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Starbuck and I direct our coal campaign, and I've been spearheading our work to abolish mountaintop removal coal mining in Appalachia. And it is an honor for me to introduce to you the winner of our David versus Goliath Award, Teri Blanton. Now let me tell you about Teri. Teri comes from a coal mining family in Harlan County, eastern Kentucky. And for several decades, she has been standing up against the coal industry and speaking out against their destruction of her community and her environment. And over those decades, Teri has inspired countless others to join her and stand up and fight with her. Now, Teri was instrumental in bringing together people from all 4 mountaintop removal affected states to come together and fight as a unified alliance and stand together and stand up to the coal industry. She's training the next generation of activists too. She founded the Canary Project that identifies young leaders in her community and trains them how to speak out and organize for their environment. And just 2 weeks ago, Teri led a contingent of Kentuckians for the Commonwealth to Washington, D.C., where they took their message all the way to the gates of the White House, where they participated in Appalachia Rising. They got arrested in the largest ever act of civil disobedience on mountaintop removal. Now, Teri is a true inspiration to me. She is one of the most relentless activists I have ever worked with. Quite simply put, she does what it takes to get heard. Whether she's getting arrested in front of the White House, or whether she's putting on a suit to speak to her senators, Teri does what it takes with equal grace and dignity and is an inspiration to us all. So ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the David versus Goliath Award, I give you Teri Blanton.
Would you hold this for me? Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you, Amanda. It's a pleasure working with you, and thank you, Rand, for bringing the problems that confront Appalachia to the attention of the entire nation, to the whole world. You know, your work has helped. I can't do this. I can't write things down. Wait a minute. I'm just a storyteller here. So, yeah, I'm from Appalachia. We tell stories. I really wanted to walk up here and say, howdy. Howdy. So, all those lights are in my eyes and I can't see you. So I feel like I'm talking to some lights here. So, you know, my people has been suffering the consequences of global climate change for about 100 years. You know, we're already dealing with poisoned water, destroyed landscapes, and our communities are being moved out. I mean, just destroyed, one right after the other. And our voices have been squelched for years. I mean, I'm carrying the same signs today that my ancestors 50 years ago was carrying. But now, thanks to organizations like RAN and others, that's helping us spread the word across this nation. And thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for making it possible for it to happen. So I just want to tell you a couple little stories here. So it was my first time to be arrested in Washington, D.C. Yeah. I've tried a couple times. I've tried several times, but they just wouldn't arrest me for some reason. But so they finally decided that they were going to. And I just have to tell you, so I was the first person they put on that bus. I was the first person that they arrested. So we get on the bus, and my great friend Scott Parkin, who works for Rainforest Action Network, was also on the bus. And so we're on this bus, and every time somebody gets on the bus, it's like, welcome to the party bus. And we were just having a good old time, because I think it took them like 2.5, 3 hours to arrest everybody, and considering I was the first one, it took some time. So we're sitting on the bus, and somebody in the back says, it's hot, and it's like, haven't you ever heard of global climate change? Turn this bus off, turn this bus off. So, you know, we were all talking and laughing, and the officer said, you know, it's going to get really hot in here, and if I turn this bus off, then it's going to get hot. So probably about 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, someone says, could we open this door back here? And the officer jumped up and said, must I remind you, you are under arrest. You are in a prisoner transport vehicle. No, you cannot open the door. So that just shows you that we were just having having some fun. So, and I only got like less than 2 minutes, yeah. So, and I want to tell you, I was just appointed to the National Environmental Justice Advisory Council, and it's the first time anyone from Appalachia has been a part of that council. And so I was in Washington, D.C. for my first meeting a few months ago, and I didn't get a chance to make my remarks about permitting and rulemaking. So I had about 4 agents come over and said, what do you got to say, Teri? What do you got to say? So I really got to say a little bit more than what I would have got to say on record, but I really wanted my comments to be on record. But they did. One officer came up and he pecked me on the shoulder and he said, hey, Teri. And I said, what? And he said, keep your kids coming to the EPA. It's a working. So all I'm saying is don't stop. Keep them coming to the EPA because it is working. And so Rainforest Action Network is 25 years old. Well, the organization that I've volunteered with for the past 15 years is getting ready to celebrate their 30th anniversary. And it's Kentuckians for the Commonwealth. And it is an absolutely great organization, and we recognize the work that Rainforest Action Network has done across this nation to help us bring the awareness. So I am proud to give Rainforest Action Network an award from Kentuckians for the Commonwealth, the Ally of the Year Award. Thank you.